forgot to lint this shirt before I packed it, so hopefully no one notices, but it's like on the inside, so I should be okay. It is, hold on, 9:02. On Friday, it's Nintendo Day. I still need to get my voice back because I'm like awake. I I did pack my hairbrush. As I was getting this hairbrush, I forgot I brought whitening strips. I was gonna whiten my teeth last night and didn't. Too late now. Like, do I still have time? Possibly, because it's only 9. I don't need to be ready to leave until 10:30, but I don't know about that. All I can say is the train. I haven't had this happen before, but the train yesterday messed up my back so bad. I am in so much pain right now. So there's that. It might be smart of me to take a Tylenol because I can't take Advil. But I'm not going to. I'm just gonna hope for the best. My makeup bag feels super empty, but I have everything, so I don't know, like, I'm like, when is it gonna hit me of like what I forgot, you know? Because they have some stuff downstairs, but not like makeup-y stuff. Speaking of makeup-y stuff, so I skipped the Genshin special program this morning, right? I was originally going to watch it, like get up early, do everything, getting ready early. So I could have breakfast from the hotel because there is free breakfast here, but I didn't do that. Those breakfast ends. It ended 4 minutes ago, so we can have breakfast tomorrow. Because breakfast tomorrow goes until 11. On the weekends it goes till 11, which is really annoying. I wish it kind of went to 11 every day, but I get why. Hotel breakfast annoys me because if I am in a hotel, I am not getting up until I absolutely have to, and that was 8 o'clock. So I think breakfast is like 6 to 9, which like is a good window, but my event isn't until 11. But also I was originally gonna get up early for all that stuff, but the problem there was my back really hurt, the train or something. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try to get as much sleep as I can, and it didn't help, so that's super fun. I forgot to do lip balm. I'm standing here doing bronzer and I forgot to do lip balm. I'm realizing originally I was gonna set up to do my makeup at the little desk in the main area. My back hurts so much. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this. It's like a all standing event, right? I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. I'm gonna be sore. I'll be fine, it'll be okay. We've done worse. i.e. Inhaler concert, that was bad. That was a lot of standing, that was bad. I never finished bronzer, okay. I'm all over the place, more so than usual. I'm so pooped. Oh, but speaking of makeup, I skipped Genshin, right? We're back to speed. They announced a collaboration with Charlotte Tilbury, which is actually not a brand I've knowingly tried. I probably have tried it, but I can't think of something like an absolute favorite product from them. But it's like a brand I've been wanting to try because I think they do a lot with streamers, but I'm obviously not a streamer, so I would love to work with them in the same capacity as the streamers, but that's obviously not a option for me because I'm not on Twitch. I think it's like TikTok and Twitch they work with, and neither of those are my main platform. That's a whole other aside thing though. The main thing is they're doing a collaboration with Genshin Impact. I don't even know what products are in it, but I'm so excited. Like, that is right up my alley, like literally. I think the collaborations are more skincare focused, which is probably a good idea because I said this when I was talking about literally the Arcane collaboration with Fenty, because they had like a thing, like you could buy early if you had like the $1,000 tier of Sephora membership. And I'm like, the Venn diagram of people who have the need and want to buy the Fenty collaboration and the people who have the $1,000 VIP Rouge, whatever the heck it's called, Sephora tier membership, is the middle section is very small. So it's probably a good idea that they're doing more like skincare-y stuff for Genshin. I think that's actually a really good idea. So we'll see how that works out. I probably will talk about this exact same thing later, but I literally brought that up with the Fenty collaboration, so we will be trying it. Unless I can't get my hands on any of the merch, then that's gonna suck. I'm also realizing how washed out this lighting is making me for some reason. I don't know what's happening there. Like, I'm looking at my viewfinder, my face doesn't look like my face. What do I do now? Eyeshadow. My brain isn't working because it's working overtime because of my back. So let's just do highlighter first. I don't know what I'm gonna do for eyeshadow. That's like kind of the problem. I can't get this open. We've already lost 2 nails today, but I have both of them, so I just need to paste them back on. I'm curious if they'll let me bring nail glue into the event, but if I have to toss my nail glue, that's like not the end of the world. Because they're not allowing markers, so I would assume nail glue is kind of in the same, like no glue, but they're like, no one's gonna bring glue. I'm bringing nail glue, so mind your business. But yeah, I'm gonna keep you here charging probably while I'm gone, because I don't think I can bring in my camera, so. Obviously, there's no need for me to even pack it. That being said though, we will be getting probably some phone footage at some point because there is the arts district pretty close by. And I knew of one independent bookstore there, but there's 2. So I kind of want to go do a little local bookstore crawl, literally just those 2 while I'm here. So I might do that right after the event and then come back with books because I totally have plenty of room in my suitcase for books. That is sarcasm, by the way. I don't have room in my suitcase for books, so. The thing is though, I didn't bring a purse on the train. So if I have a extra like shopping bag of books, I don't think that'll be a problem on the train. If I have to pay like 20 bucks to bring it on the train with me, so be it. I'll pull a $20 bill out of my wallet like right now. All right, this is where makeup starts to get fun now. And by fun, confusing, because I probably could, I probably can just do my pink eyeshadow. We'll just do that. The only problem with that was I wasn't sure if I brought my little pink palette. I did. It's still a mess from the last time I used it, but we got it. Let's get her done. I haven't actually done the whole pink, super pink combo in a while. Like we're talking glittery e-girl pink. I haven't done it in a while, so this should be fun. Luckily, this little palette is straightforward. It's why I bought it. Actually, it's not why I bought it. I bought it because it was part of the ColourPop Valentine's Day collaboration a couple years ago, and everything was really cute, so I bought a bunch of the stuff. The only problem is trying to do this with the nails is abysmal, because these shadows definitely go, glitter shadows in general, but just also ColourPop shadows in general, go on so much better with finger, and I don't really have that option unless I want to use my other hand, because I did lose 2 nails on that hand. Well, I'm running out of steam so quickly today because my stupid bag. Like, it's not cute. It really is not. All right, we have this. This is where it starts to get fun. Because my outfit's pretty monotone, so I can kind of get away with, like, fun eyeshadow, I think. Like, the outfit is kind of giving, like, there's that One Twice era. Can't remember what era. But, like, grabbed the wrong shadow. I grabbed the glitter. Oh, no. But it's giving Twice a little bit. Probably not recent Twice, but maybe, like, late 2010s. It also wasn't done purposely. I just like that look. Okay, are we even? I can't tell. This mirror is too far away. My back hurts. I think so. I think we're good enough. Especially because I'm going to put, like, more glitter and other stuff. Speaking of glitter, it's time for the glitter. Okay, I can't get my inner corner. It's so bad. I can't get in there. All right, eyelid glitter. Now we do more glitter. It's this whole thing. There will just be more glitter on top of each other until I'm satisfied, which I can't see in this mirror very well, so it's probably not going to be that much glitter today. I think that's okay. I think we're just gonna rock with it. Nobody's gonna be looking that close anyways. The only problem is I forgot false lashes, so we don't even have the option to like put them on. So that's a little bit unfortunate. And then brush, so I can get a little bit down here like that. And then the other eye. See, the good part about having a mirror that I can't really see that well in is I'm not gonna dwell on my makeup. I'm just gonna be like, okay, that's fine. I can't see it. It's fine. All right, that's probably fine. I don't need to go crazy with it, so this is fine. We then have liquid eyeliner time, which I'm gonna go actually do in the like standing mirror over there so I can actually see it. So that will be the true test of is this eyeshadow actually good or not. So I'll probably fix it as well, but I'll be back with eyeliner. It's actually good eyeliner day. What do you know? Oh, my back still hurts so much though. I was gonna play with my camera settings, but I'm like, that's a little bit much for right now. It's 9:25, which means I actually can take my second round of medicine, and I probably will actually go downstairs and buy like a little snack I can have for breakfast, because I missed actual breakfast by 25 minutes. So, oh, I need to do my hair. Do need to do my hair. That could be a problem. I think I'm almost done with makeup though. Oh, I need to do mascara and stuff. Yeah, I should have time to get a little something. Even if I have to like pack up everything and eat it like downstairs, I might do that. Oh, I can't get my eyelashes in here, please. It's like I curled 2 lashes there. I'm doing this in front of the mirror too. Literally so much easier in front of the mirror. Missed this eyelash color. All right, I'm also gonna do mascara in front of the mirror, so like BRB again. Okay. That's done. I forgot to get my hair straightener while I was over there. Yep. All right. Okay. The plugs in this bathroom are over on this side, and usually I plug in my straightener on this side, but there's no plugs. So this is really gonna mess me up. My straightener also won't turn on. This is bad. Oh yeah, no, it's not turning on. Like it's one of those plugs where it has like a button you press. Button press is not working, and the problem is I can't even like get my finger in there because it's like very hard to press, and I'm just like, please. Oh my god, I had to like use the back end of my travel toothbrush to like jam it in there because these buttons can be really hard to press, and I've said this before, I have like no upper body strength, no grip strength, so like really struggling. Oh my god, my back hurts so much. I keep saying it, but it's like getting worse. Like I swear to god, I'll get this checked out when I get back, okay? Like I've gotten it checked out before, I've gone to physical therapist before, and it's nothing, so. Oh, I'm in so much pain, okay. I now have to wait for this straightener to turn on, so I think I might go sit down because my back really does hurt. Also, I might finally play with my camera settings like I wanted to. I kind of stretched my legs a little bit and my back isn't as bad now. I packed up a little bit, did the jewelry, so I did some stuff. But yes, my brain needs food. It's getting to that point. My hair by my ears doesn't want to cooperate today. It hasn't wanted to cooperate in like multiple days, but now it's like getting annoying. I need my hair to lock in. All right, time to put on the glasses so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, I need to do my lips too, I almost forgot. Now my brain is all over the place. I'm just looking at the time, it's 9:37, which means I should probably be heading down around 10 and I can schedule my Uber then. So I probably do have to do my lips before I eat anything and then just bring something with me, but also they might make me toss that. I don't know what I'm gonna be made to toss, that's the problem. Because I need to leave, I think at 10:45, so I'll have like just enough time to go eat a little snack and then bounce. essentially. Which I'm going to take advantage of my time sitting, because it's probably like the only time I will be sitting today. I'm taking advantage of that. Because I've been on my feet for a while getting ready, so it's like not helping anything. It's like really not helping anything. I don't think it's supposed to rain today either, but I should probably check, right? Nope, just cloudy, which is good for me. I don't have to squint because these don't change to sunglasses or anything. These are just normal prescription glasses. They're supposed to be anti-glare, but they're not. And then the blue light filter is just a warm tinted lens. So not the greatest glasses, but I'm still waiting to get new ones. I'm gonna be so real, I don't think I have anything else to say. And at this point, I'm just kind of like internally screaming. One, because of my back, and two, because I'm like, event. My brain is entering event mode, which is like, I'm also just tired. I can't see a thing. I'm like trying to get the baby hairs. It's not working. All right, I think it's time for me to cut myself off. I'm gonna finish getting ready and then we will have another update or something, or other, I don't know. Of course, Will Taglia? Will Taglia? Sure, Will Taglia is coming with us.
For the very first time, you are about to get your hands on Mario Kart World! From there, you will have approximately an hour and 20 minutes or so in our variety free gameplay area. Once you get to that area, we do encourage you to check out the very first game, which is Donkey Kong Bonanza! They don't count as one of your 6 gameplay passports, so which means you still have an option and opportunity to play a variety of 6 other games in the free play area. We do have a special surprise for you at the very end. We're gonna go inside very shortly.
Time. I'm pooped. Hotel egg time. Okay, I should try and sit up for this. We once again have the weird lighting. I could sit on the bed there, but I like the blue in the background. What if we just, that's worse. That's arguably worse. All right, give me a little bit of time to sit back. I'm so pooped. It is 4:39. I've been out all day, as you can see. We'll get to that stuff, don't worry about it. Oh, I'm pooped. I walked around too much because I was on my feet all day not all day. Well, it was all day. I was on my feet for the entirety of the Nintendo thing, except for a couple times where we got to sit down, but like it wasn't even comfortable seats. And then, yeah. Oh, I walked around for like the same amount of time, if not longer, than the Nintendo event. So we doubled that with how much I walked around, because what I then did is I went and walked around the arts district. I planned on going to one bookstore, and that was not the case. But before we talk about that and do a book haul, we gotta talk about this. I say that as if it was bad. No, it was really good, actually. They did let us take, I have like so much B-roll, and not so much. I have a little bit of B-roll, because they did let us take like photo and video stuff, which is great. I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair. Hold on, give me a second. It's hard because I still have my shoes on because I'm going to go buy food after this, but I need to word vomit about Nintendo first, and then we'll come back. Also, I lost 2 nails. One on each hand, not the same hand, not the same finger. I have to show it off like this though, because otherwise I'll flip off the camera. All right, we're zoomed in, we're ready to go. Nintendo. So we get in, and first there's this little like area where you are allowed to like look at it, hold it, take pictures. Let's start there, because I did get to hold the Switch. It wasn't like, at least it wasn't on. I don't know if it was a working copy or just like a replica that without the guts inside in case somebody tries to steal it, because somebody probably would. I think they were attached to the stand. I do regret, after I got to hold it, there was this girl there who took a cute picture holding the Switch and then of like the sign behind. I regret not doing that. That would have been a cute picture. And I hadn't lost any nails yet, so it would have been great, you know? It's time to take the rings off though. So, got to hold it, and my biggest concern with the actual Switch, first of all, it's a great size and weight. I feel like it honestly might feel like it's a little bit lighter than the OG Switch. Maybe I'm going insane, but it felt good. It felt like a good thing. How people were saying how the Joy-Cons, like people were making jokes about the Joy-Cons because they magnet it into the side of the Switch instead of being like whatever the mechanism was for the Switch 1. And a lot of people were like, oh, all you gotta do is like hold it from the thing and suddenly the whole Switch is falling. I do think that probably could still happen because gravity is a thing. However, the Switch would already have to be broken. Like if something would have to be about it, would have to be broken, maybe over time or something, because they even like I think the girl I went to even held it like that and it wasn't going anywhere. It was even like kind of difficult to get the thing out in the first place, to like find the right button on the back. It's like a little trigger button on the trigger button. It's a whole thing, but it's good in there. Like it's not coming in undone, like I said, unless like the magnet or something itself was broken, but you should be good with that. So if that was your concern about the Joy-Con or the Switch falling off, it doesn't. The next thing, my biggest concern though with the physical differences with the new Switch was that it was going to be too big to comfortably fit in my hand. Because what I did play with the Joy-Cons later. So what I really liked the Switch 1 Joy-Cons, I like the size of them a lot because I have really, really small hands and I also have grip strength and like hand strength and issues. So with a normal size controller especially, if I hold it for too long or grip it for too long, my hands really, really start to hurt. So I can't really play controller games for that long. Even if it's like, I'm not gripping it, just that like position of my hands, it hurts after a while. The thing is, I never really had that issue with the Switch controller or like that size, the Joy-Con size. I guess specifically because of just the size of it, it wasn't as big, so it wasn't like I had to like hold it in a weird way or anything. I don't know, just Switch controllers, the Joy-Cons specifically, because the controllers, I've had issues with Switch controllers, like Pro controllers. I've never had issues with Joy-Cons, and I was concerned that the new size, because I think they're like an inch or so, not an inch, maybe it is an inch. I think they're like an inch bigger, and they also made the sticks a little bit bigger as well. So I was really concerned about that, but I don't think it's really a problem because I did hold a Pro controller at one point. I forget for what game I was holding the Pro controller for. Could have been Kirby. Oh, I think it was Kirby. So that was not an issue. Everything's cool. So my biggest concern about like the actual Switch itself did not have a problem with. I would have to see if it was like maybe an overtime thing. It could be a thing because normal controllers I can get in like an hour before my hands start to hurt, give or take, depending on the day. So I think I'd have to do that over time. But after the 2 hours-ish of the playtime event itself, my hands didn't hurt. So that's a plus. If anything, my feet and my back, actually my back doesn't hurt as much anymore, surprisingly, but my feet are killing me. I think the pain migrated a little bit. Anyways, I thought if I turned that light, it would be better. No, it's not. Okay, it's kind of better. I don't know, we'll just live. So after that little bit where they're kind of like getting the last of the people from the previous session in and blah, blah, blah. After that, they put you into Mario Kart. Mario Kart, I have a love-hate relationship with Mario Kart because it's very fun. However, I suck at it. I suck at driving games in general. I'm just so bad at driving, IRL and in virtual games. So first you do 2-player, like 1 round of 2-player, and then they have you do handheld 1-player. So we'll start there. With the 2-player, they like have you pair up. I just paired up with like a random girl who was standing next to me. She was super nice. I am blanking on her name, but she was so nice. Anyways, so I did 2-player with her. She got first. I came in like 10th or something. It's fine. Because also I hadn't played Mario Kart. This is me coping. I haven't played Mario Kart in a really long time, so I just was sucking so bad. So they have you do 2-player, and then we had time for 1 round or 2 rounds of single player handheld mode. So I actually really like how the Switch feels handheld. That was the first time I got to hold it and like play it handheld mode. It was really nice in handheld mode, I'm not even gonna lie. Does it feel and look a little bit like a Steam Deck still? Yes, but I really liked handheld mode, which is good because I do a lot of Switch. I play a lot more Switch than you guys ever see in videos. I play a lot of handheld Switch, specifically with Palia and Hades. Those are my 2 like comfort games, if you will. I've played obviously indie games here and there. I have Peglin on my Switch at home, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but once I do, it's over for me. I love that game so much. I demoed it. That was like the very first game I demoed. I'm so happy to have the full copy. We'll get to that. Not in this video though. So I play so much handheld Switch, it's insane. So I was really happy that it felt really good handheld. It wasn't like weirdly bulky or anything like that. It felt like a normal Switch. So that like, I don't think the transition over is gonna be any weirder. I think I'm gonna have to get home and pull out my Switch. I know some people like for previous events brought their like OG Switch to see the difference. I'm gonna need to like get home and like play on my Switch just to see if it feels any different. It's not gonna be like immediate, but like we'll see. So I did 2 rounds of single player. Every time I played Mario Kart, I need you guys to know I picked the one that I made the joke that it looks like a bang boot, and then there was the white like van, Jeep, Beetle, whatever the heck. You know how in Zenless Zone Zero, the Cunning Hares have their like big white car? Yeah, that was the vibe I was going for. It's probably in the B-roll, but I specifically did that. I think there was 1 round where I rode one of the bikes just to see the difference, but I specifically did that. And then also I was messing around like in the free, I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, I don't think I got. One time there was one race where I was in 3rd for most of it, and that was it. that was my best. I don't think I actually got 3rd. I think I got 9th in that one. So apart from that, then they move you on to another round of Mario Kart, but that one is the like versus 20 plus people or something. And I got out in the first round. Who's surprised? But beforehand, because I knew exactly what lineup I was going with, we had the Bang Boo looking one, which I'm blanking on the name of. We had the one that looked like a purple Bang Boo and the Cunning Hares car. Like that, I had to do it that way, all right? I had a vision, a very clear vision. Also, I will note for the Mario Kart game, the different like outfits for the characters are different characters themselves. I don't know if this has been said anywhere, because I didn't watch the Mario Kart direct they did, because I don't play Mario Kart. But they do have you, like it is different characters. So yeah, you could have Princess Peach and then Peach in her cute little outfit with the shorts that I said I was gonna cosplay if I went to the convention we don't talk about here. Yes. So you could have a race hypothetically of all Princess Peach. Probably. Anyways, and when I got out in the first round of the 20 plus round, because it was the first 20 people made it, and I was in 19th place at the very end of the race, and then 2 people shot past me and I went to 21st. So I got out in the first round and then I got to go play the Donkey Kong game. I'm not kidding, this is what happened. I wasn't even mad about it though, because I'm like, it's Mario Kart. This is not my game. We will get to my game in a hot second, but this is not my game and I'm okay with that. So the Donkey Kong game, I'm blanking on the whole name of it, but oh my god, it's so fun. I will say I was getting some performance issues. I was definitely getting some performance issues. I had a couple of moments of the game lagging in docked mode, and I don't think they said anything about it being performance mode or what mode I was playing on, frames per second, yada yada. I don't think they said anything about that game, but it's really fun. Like, it's really fun. I, for one, still want to play Donkey Souls at release. That is a reference to the Switch reactions when those came out, but I was like, oh, it's like Donkey Kong Dark Souls, and I've been calling it Donkey Souls ever since. So that's why I don't know its full name. It's so fun though, oh my god. There was definitely like probably some clipping issues, but also I'm assuming it's a demo. I'm assuming it's not like, it's definitely not the final version of the game, but there was some issues with like getting stuck and clipping, and then I was having some like graphics issues. I only had like one that I can really remember, but I think there was a second one that I'm blanking on. And that was in like the whole 20-minute play period, because they cut you off, like they literally, the TV stops. It cuts off black screens and then says, thanks for playing at 20 minutes. Like they literally time it, which I think is really, really smart. So I basically just got to do 2 hours worth of Nintendo Switch demo dives, and now I will tell you about it. That's what we're doing now. So basically they let you play 6 games. You could have played more, but you really didn't. I barely filled this thing up, right? I kind of cheated the last one. We'll get to that. I'll tell the story. The thing with that though is Mario Kart all 3 versions of it, both the 2-player, single-player handheld, and the round with everyone in it, that didn't count as one of your 6 games. So if you look in here, it's not on here, and I'll read off all of these in a second. Alternative, at the same time, Donkey Kong also didn't count. So like those were the like 2 mandatory games that you kind of had to play through because they had them sectioned off separately so that people could go play like the other things, because there was more than 6 games they had demoing there, so you got to pick. So immediately I walk in and see, after Donkey Kong, I see the section for Hades 2, which I didn't know they were gonna have. I beelined and waited to play it. I was like, I need to play this. This needs to be my first one. It just has to be. And it was my favorite. I think it still is I love Hades, man. And it's like, they would be like, did you play the first one? And I was like, girl, have I played the first one? I played the first one. I already own the second one and plan on owning it again on Switch. It was so, I love Hades 2. I literally might download it onto my laptop and play some of it tonight. I am still obsessed with Hades. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Hades 2 is such a good game. Well, Hades in general, Hades 1 and Hades 2, if I say either of them, they're so good. If you have not played Hades 1, please play it. Hades 2 is early access on Steam. This is me vouching for it. Later on at the end, because I'm gonna forget to mention this, they asked what your favorite game was and they were keeping a tally. I said Hades. I'm in it. I am in it. I love the game. I did skip through like cutscenes and lore as much as I could, just like because I played the game. You can go on my channel. The beginning of the game, there's a video for it on my channel right now. So I was like, I don't care. Just let me play. I didn't need to try it. I didn't need to be sold on it. I just wanted to play it really bad, and I've played it before. I know how to play it. I know my strats. So I was like, this is the perfect first game for me to play because I know everything already. And it was. I love Hades 2. Super Giant, thank you. I didn't know it was gonna be there, and it was like right front and center, and I was like, yeah. I do think there was a full game that I missed because it was the one, whatever was on the other side of the row for Hades 2. Immediately I turned the corner past that row and saw the wizard game we also don't talk about here. They had a booth, they had a line of places to play that, and I immediately got the ick and walked away. So I think there was I just thought that the other, like the side on the other side of Hades 2, because there was like Hades 2, and then the flip side of that, or you can't even see Hades 2, this being like the back of the TVs that they had it on. Flip side was more TVs. I don't know what was on that row. And then it was over here on the other side of that like row there was the wizard game. So I think I missed an entire game now that I think about it. Oh, I think I missed an entire one. So alternatively, that was my first one. And then I now have to figure this out. So they did a little first letter. So my first one was Hades. And then, Kirby. I played Kirby. Again, I don't remember the full name of the game because it's Kirby. The demo for the Kirby game, it was the one with the expansion. So the demo was a little bit different from the version that I literally played on the channel. But the beginning was like very similar. I've demoed that before, so yeah. I love Kirby. Kirby was good. I think that was the one I played with a Pro controller, and it's a general Pro controller. It's still, I don't like Pro controllers. After a while, my hands hurt. But I only played it for 20 minutes, so Kirby, I don't know if I did the full 20 minutes for, because I like finished a boss and then I think I was done, but also I don't think it was the final boss. I have no idea, because I played that demo and it definitely took me more than 20 minutes. I think it was a mini boss, but I don't know how far you could have gone. This is another thing I want to bring up. There was different levels of like staff involvement with each station for the games. Like Hades 2, nobody came up to me the entire time. I just got to blast through it, probably because I told them that I've played it already. I've already played Hades 2, and they're like, oh, okay, you're good. Don't worry. Like no one came up to me, and I was like, awesome. I just want to play Hades like really bad. So that was great. Because personally, I just like to be able to play the game sometimes. But sometimes tips are nice. Anyways, moving on to Kirby, the staff member who was doing, or like, I guess on that side, because they had multiple staff members for each section, that staff member there was a little bit more talkative, was giving me some tips, which was good, because there was actually a section of breakable ground that I literally could not tell it was breakable, and I was like, oh my god, that's breakable. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god. But it was still really chill. It was still pretty chill. But I didn't feel like they were like breathing down my shoulder, because there was some other ones that kind of felt like they were breathing down my shoulder and like possibly judging me. Anyways, we've been over this. I suck at playing a game in front of other people. It's a thing. So that was Kirby. I still love Kirby. Kirby also played really good. No graphics issues at all with Kirby. Kirby was great. The only issue there was that I literally forgot some of the controls from when I demoed it the first time, so I fell into the void at one point. Anyways, next then I played, oh God, what's E? What was E? What did I play after Kirby? I can't remember for my life. I gotta Google this. Because I don't, no, that was after, okay. I gotta look up Nintendo Switch 2 games to figure this one out. I don't remember what E was. See, this was the one downside to me doing this when I did. Oh, wait. No, that was the one I was thinking of. Okay, so next I played Mario Party. They had 2 stations for Mario Party, one with the Joy-Con mouse controls, and then another one with the new camera controls. I played at the station with the mouse controls, just because I hadn't played something on mouse yet, and I really wanted to get the vibe for that. So I get over there, and they needed somebody to they needed a 4th person for something, so they actually kind of pulled me over. They were like, hey, do you want to play this one? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I haven't played Mario Party in a while, this will be fun. And that is also where I lost this nail. I was putting my phone in my pocket really quickly, it flew off and fell on the floor, and it was dark in there, so I never found it. So the cleaning crew now has one of my fake nails. It's okay, I'm gonna take these off, but so it's not a big deal. I'm gonna take these off and travel without them, so I gotta save them for possibly next week, but then also Dallas that week after that. We'll see. So I'll go play Mario Party. We were paired up again, and I won that one. I'm trying to think which ones, because we did 4 mini games, and the idea was you each get to pick one, and I was like, I'm letting y'all pick. I don't care. Just let me, I don't care what I play, just throw me into something. You know, the vibe I usually have with demoing stuff. I'm like, how I do demo dives, I'm like, let's just jump in. We're diving in the deep end. Like, what are we getting with this game? So I've already kind of played I've played Mario Party, but not in a while. So we started with the air hockey one, which I sucked at because the mouse control was very sensitive. So I kept moving in a way that would push the puck into the goal. That seemed to happen a lot. And then at the very end, there was this wild card mode or something, crazy mode, where they just put a bunch of I think it was it Koopas? I don't remember. Let me Google. Yeah, it was a bunch of Koopas. And I very quickly got overstimulated and had no idea what was going on because there was just a bunch of stuff on screen and I got confused. So yeah, we lost that mini game, and then the next one we did this email one where you had to drag and drop emails into folders, and I was like, I got this. And I was getting more of a hang of the mouse controls at that point, and we won that one. Next was you had to spray paint the bombs, and I don't know how many of these are new and how many, because it was Mario Party Jamboree, and I've never played Jamboree. I think it was Jamboree. I'm pretty sure it was. But the next one was you had to spray paint these bombs, and that was another one where I was like, yes, I can do this quickly. Let me at it. I'm a PC gamer at heart. So we won that one as well. And then that one was really fun though, the pop-up one. And then the final one we did was this little one where each player, basically, it wasn't each player, but there was 4 little Marios or something. I forget what we were dragging. I think it was Marios. 4 little Marios you had to drag through this maze where the walls were electricity. And if you touch the wall, you die and get sent back to the last checkpoint. And again, that was fun because the other team was trying to do it really, really quickly. Pro tip. The other team was trying to do it really, really quickly and kept hitting, because there's also physics on this Mario that you're dragging. They kept hitting the wall. The pro tip is to go slow and steady wins the race, because that's what me and my partner did, and we both, they got there faster than I did. So we won. And that was all the mini games. The email one and the lightning maze I think were my favorites. But also the Bob one was fun. There was 2 other mini games in this demo we didn't get to play. But yeah, we won all of them. So, we won all of them but the first one because I had no idea how sensitive that control was going to be. So it's very sensitive with the mouse. Yeah, I would say it's not as sensitive for other games though. Mario Party, it was pretty sensitive though. So that was Mario Party. For some reason it's on here as E, I don't know why, but that's fine. I also had to be the helper, so one person has to pick the game. I got to be the person that did the game picking, even though I wasn't picking, I didn't care. He just had me doing it. I'm like, okay. Next, I went over to the restricted area, because they had 2 games set up that were for mature audiences, and I played Cyberpunk. I was gonna do Yakuza too, but I was like, I know more about the Cyberpunk franchise, because when that game was gearing to come out, I was like, this is gonna be the next big thing, this is gonna be insane, I'm so excited to play this, but I didn't have a working PC set up at the time, because it was in 2020, I think. It was tail end of 2020, and I didn't have a solid place, because I was going back and forth, funnily enough, between my school in Dallas and Austin, because of everything that happened in 2020. And then I ended up staying in Austin, as we all know. But I didn't have a full, because I didn't have a full PC set up at my dorm, obviously, but I was probably going to get one, but then obviously that had to be pushed back by, I think, all the way until 2021, just because of everything that happened in 2020. And then also Cyberpunk came out and it was really, really bad on PC. I've talked about this before. I was really disappointed because I was really looking forward to playing it. I was like obsessed with it, and then it ended up being really bad. They obviously went then and fixed that, and then the anime came out and was amazing, and it reignited my want to play Cyberpunk really, really badly. And I still had never gotten to it, but then they announced they were gonna have it on Switch. And I was like, okay, this is awesome, perfect, great. I'm just gonna get it on Switch too. I don't know if I'm gonna get it on Switch too. Because I'd seen some early reviews coming out from the earlier Nintendo trial events that the Switch version of the game was really, really good. It was like almost identical to the PC version, and I don't know if they were having us on like a weaker build or something, like they had us on performance mode. I've seen gameplay of the game as it is in 2025. 2024, 2025 as it is in 2024 and 2025 on good PCs. I don't think it matches. I don't think it holds up. I'm gonna be so honest. Also, there's a specific control with the Nintendo Switch version of the game, and I'm assuming this is probably how it controls if you are playing it on any sort of console. But in order to sprint in the game, you have to hold down on the left joystick. And I've talked about before with my like hand issues, it's really hard for me to push down on those Joy-Cons like that for an extended period of time, and I was really, really struggling with it on the new Joy-Con specifically. I think because of, actually, I don't think I was even playing this on Joy-Cons. This might have been what I was playing with the Pro Controller. This is what I was playing Pro Controller on, yeah. I might have done Kirby on Pro Controller as well, but Cyberpunk, they had Pro Controllers out, and it was really, really rough, the game controls. I think it might be better for me in handheld or with the Joy-Cons, but I was really struggling to play it with the Pro Controller, which probably would just be the case if I played it with any Pro Controller, Xbox included, because I do have an Xbox Pro Controller for my PC. I didn't like the controls with a controller for that game. I've said controller, take a shot every time I say controller, but don't, drink responsibly. A shot of water, drink your water. The graphics, I don't think matched up to what I've seen on PC. It definitely looked a little bit, like it kind of reminded me of like something like Lost Ark graphics, where you can see the idea was to have these really high fidelity graphics, but it didn't get that far. Like the hair was a little bit grainy, and there was just certain things that weren't all there. I was like getting stuck on things as well with the controls. I think I would really enjoy it on PC, and I would have loved if, I don't know if this is the like mouse control compatible, I would have loved to play it that way, but they had us on Pro controllers. Just because I am, like I said, PC gamer at heart, especially for RPGs, and I was not enjoying the controls for this. I feel like some of the controls with the just controller in general are a little bit clunky, but that's probably an ongoing thing with the game. And then the graphics were not what I was expecting, as well as I thought that you could like see your character more in game, but the field of view they had us on, we couldn't. We didn't get to do character customization, by the way. Obviously they weren't gonna have us stand there and do character customization for 20 minutes, because that would be the whole thing, you know? But I don't know why the earlier reviews said it was like flawless on Switch too, because it's not. It was a experimental build. They did have that on the screen, that it was not the finished version of the game, and I'd be curious to see what it actually looks like in June with the launch of the Switch, because I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk is coming out at launch with the Switch. I'm not sure though. It could be a 2026 thing. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember, but Cyberpunk was probably the biggest letdown for me of the entire event, and that's also why I decided not to trial Yakuza, because I didn't want to be disappointed again. I should have done Yakuza though. If I could go back, I would do Yakuza. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't love it though. I love Cyberpunk. Which, you know, it could just be a repeat of what happened at launch for PC. I wouldn't be totally surprised by that if it was just a repeat of whatever happened there. It's just not up to par with what audiences are expecting yet, and I've been broke too many times by Cyberpunk. I'm not doing it again. But I know it's really good on PC, so I'm holding out for that one. Obviously, I didn't pre-order my Switch. I feel like I should say this. I didn't pre-order a Switch because, pro tip, you never buy the first one. You never buy the first batch. You always wait for a restock when it's launch era. Just saying. I was around for the first launch of the Switch 1. I was keeping up with that one like in real time. And I got a launch era Switch, but I didn't get the first batch. I waited 6 months. At least. So, like, I got my Switch, it was launch era, it was still in the first year, but it was like the tail end of that first year. And that thing lasted me until a power outage blew up the insides. That thing literally combusted before it let me down. That's just an aside. I've seen a lot of people, like, the pre-order drama, and I think if you didn't get a pre-order copy, good for you. Like, we'll be fine, guys, it's fine. Okay, next I played Metroid. Next I played Metroid Prime. I really liked it. because I have played a lot of Metroidvanias. Like I play a lot of indie games, so we know that, and I always get sucked into the idea of Metroidvanias because I'm like, ooh, that looks really cool, and I play them, and I'm like, I suck at them. Remember how I was saying that there was different levels of like involvement by like the staff? With Cyberpunk, there was one guy who was kind of like, I think he was laughing at me or something. Like he was like, LOL, you suck a little bit. Because I was really struggling with that movement control and just like some of the controls in general. Because of my silly little hands. They were actually little. But at some point he walked away. I think he left or something. I don't know if his shift was over and he was just over it. Anyways, they had a different guy come over and he was very nice, but he was kind of like a little bit breathed down your shoulder a little bit. Like he kept giving me random tips, but also honestly, some of the tips were really helpful. Like there was this one number input section where you have to like put the numbers on the keypad. I know if I say that, most people who've played the game probably will know what section I'm talking about. Maybe, it might be, I don't know. But I was really struggling to get the precise controls with the controller, but there was a way you could press down on Y and it pulled up like a front-facing view of it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much better. Anyways, he was like breathing down my shoulder a little bit the second half of me playing, but he was very nice. So pro tip, pro tip, you can do that. And he actually started kind of explaining some of the controls a little bit to me, and then the whole time he was doing that, I'm thinking like, oh, these controls kind of suck. These just kind of suck, which is okay. You can play Cyberpunk on PC. I can go play it on PC right now. Well, not right now, but like as soon as I get home, I could do that. So now I just know I want to play Cyberpunk, but not on Switch, at least at this point in time. Also, I moved around in this chair and now I am way down in the frame, so I can't sit how I want to sit. Anyways, that was Cyberpunk. A little addendum to Cyberpunk because I'm gonna bring it up again with Metroid. This guy was breathing down my shoulder the whole time, and I was trying to focus on the game, but he kept talking. And I was just like, I am overstimulated. This was like the 5th game that I played. So he kept talking and explaining things that I already knew from playing the game myself, or things that the game actually outlines in tutorials. But he would just say it in my ear and I was like, I can't focus at all. I didn't say that, but I'm like thinking like, oh my god, I can't focus. I have no idea what I'm doing. I cannot. And obviously I brought up Metroidvanias, even though I would not consider Metroid Prime and Metroidvania, because it's have a more like Doom-esque style, and I really like that style. So I was like, maybe I'll try it, but I've not really played any like traditional Metroid games before, so I'm not really sure. And I loved it, but I need to play it without somebody breathing in my ear, because I was like, I just want to play it myself without somebody basically he was backseating me. I was getting backseated on Metroid Prime 4. I think it's Metroid Prime 4, and I was doing so bad because I see it because I don't stream, right? So I know backseating is annoying, but I didn't know it was that annoying. And like, honestly, no shade to the person running, the staff person, but it's just like, oh my god, I get backseating being annoying now, I do. I always knew it was annoying, but oh my god, don't backseat. Because it's like, I was so overstimulated from that backseating. However, I do want to play Metroid Prime. It was really good. It was really good. I had no quality issues. I believe because they actually pointed out what we were playing on performance mode, which I think that is the 120, is that the 120 frames? Or 60, I'm not really sure, but it was performance mode, whatever that may be. If I can find the specific specifications for performance mode, I'll put them on screen. But I don't remember fully, so there's that. But alternatively, I really liked it. That was the one I was probably the most iffy on, but I really liked Metroid Prime. I really look forward to playing that. It was really, really good. If you're looking forward to that game, look forward to it even more. It's really good. Then the last game I played, I said I kind of cheated on this last one, was the Drag and Drive, or whatever the heck it's called. Again, I'll put the title on screen if I said it incorrectly. This was the one where it's like basketball, but it's like wheelchair basketball, and this was with the mouse controls as well. Metroid Prime 4, they were also demoing with the mouse controls, but you could just do it in like dual Joy-Cons disconnected mode. And I ended up just doing it that way because I was having some issues with the mouse controls for Metroid Prime 4. That's my one gripe with it. I think like you don't need to play, you can play Metroid Prime with the mouse controls, but I don't know if I'd recommend it. Because even unless you can invert it, because the aiming mechanic for Metroid Prime 4 is done with the left Joy-Con, which was really hard when you're right-handed, because I've played a lot of shooters. I used to be obsessed with Overwatch. It got me into gaming, quite frankly. Like it was one of the games that got me back into gaming back in like 2016, 2017. And I'm right-handed. So I just ended up playing it with the dual Joy-Cons instead of the mouse mode, but if you can flip that aim mechanic, then I would probably play it with the mouse, but I cannot aim with my left hand for my life. Thank you. I just needed to get that in. So if you are right-handed, that might be an issue. Going back to, I didn't take any notes, by the way, so this is all just like stream of consciousness. The last game I played and cheated on, we'll get to in a second, was the Dragon Drive, and the controls, I think the mouse controls for that were pretty good. One of my big concerns though with these mouse controls was that you're going to need like a proper surface and you're gonna need a lot of room to play it. A game like that, and you most definitely do. They had these like big mouse pads set out, and I'm assuming they probably will sell these mouse pads at some point. They weren't anything fancy, but I think it would be also a great branding thing for Nintendo to release like limited edition ones or special printed ones for different games, kind of like how they do because they are not, I'm assuming, not going to do the like special edition OLEDs and stuff like I have the Zelda one. I'm assuming they're not going to do that as frequently or if at all with the Switch 2, so it would be, I think, be a really fun way to kind of bring in those like game console title exclusive things with doing like these fun mouse pads, because that's what they are. They're like mouse pads, play mats, etc. So if you're already like a PC gamer and you have the big desk mats or like a TCG card playmat sort of thing, because I think they're the same material, you'll be fine. I believe I overheard somebody say that you can use any surface even without the mat, but it's the same thing. You can use a normal mouse on like a wooden table, but it sucks. And it also makes a horrible noise. So like, grain of salt, but you definitely, I was right about that. You're gonna need a good place, like a good amount of surface to play with those mouse controls, which for some people isn't gonna be an issue, but for others it might. Which I think if they did a Switch 2 Lite at some point that had basically exactly like the Switch Lite, but just with the better updated graphics and things like that, I think that could be really good for some people, because there's gonna be some people who don't want the mouse controls, and that's okay. I think they should release a Switch Lite like that, because like I said, there's gonna be some people who don't want mouse controls, and that's okay. They don't have enough space for it, whatever. But Dragon Drive was pretty good. I only got to play through the tutorial essentially, and then they made an announcement that there was only 5 minutes left for the group I was in, and I was like, oh, I gotta bounce. And so one of the staff members took over. I think I have B-roll of that. She was very nice. She complimented my outfit, which thank you. But I was impressed with that one. It utilized the mouse controls pretty well, and for like driving, and then also it had motion controls to actually do the shooting with the basketball, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Some kid did keep running into me head first right before the game started, and that's when they made the announcement, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna dip. I got my 6 stamps. Even though it was just Sharpie on a card, it counted still, and I'm gonna bounce. But I was impressed with Dragon Drive, because that was not one that was on my radar. I just was like, I have like less than 20 minutes left, and I gotta go do something. Because they marked it when you first got to the stand. I wanted to go back, they had a stand of, I keep calling them stands, booths, whatever you wanna call them. They had a booth set up for Zelda. I believe, I didn't get a good look at which one it was. I believe it was Tears of the Kingdom, but the only thing with that was it did not count as a stamp. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to prioritize other things, because I do want, whatever you get with the stamp, I wanna get it. If there's one thing about me, I want a free little surprise gift, which it wasn't that little, but anyways. So I found something, and actually I was walking past the Dragon Drive. Was it Dragon Drive? I like cannot remember, because I keep saying Dragon Drive and it just making me think of Drag and Drop. Like the DreamHack drag show, that one. I miss her. I already miss her. I'm starting to get Discord notifications. We gotta wrap this up. But this might have to be its own video, I'm not even gonna lie. This is supposed to be a normal vlog. What if we just had a 2-hour vlog, guys? I also keep looking at my viewfinder. I need to look at them. But I filled up my card, and they said they had a surprise at the end. I thought it was gonna be like a fun little video or something. This was the surprise. Nintendo Switch 2 backpack, which is actually a really nice backpack, I'm not gonna lie. So this is it. I actually have my other bag in here. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom you back out. Okay, we are full screen now. This Switch 2 backpack, it has these little there's water bottle holders on the sides, and then it has little boop and boop, and you flip it. Oh, also there's a pocket here as well. You flip. There's a zipper pocket here that my wallet is in. And then there's also one that is kind of hard to get to because of the little buckles. There's one right here too. Oh, there's stuff in this. The buckles make it so hard to get into. What the heck? It's not like stuff, but it's just like little mesh pockets. So you can put stuff in the little pockets. I could honestly see myself traveling with this though. It's really nice. Like I might just like transfer, because I had brought a backpack with me, but it's not that big. I might transfer everything into this one, because this is a nice sturdy bag. And then inside, bagception, I have this bag. That was the one I brought with me for the day, and then I was going out afterwards, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stick it in here. And then there's some little mesh pockets on this side, and there also is, I'm assuming this is for a laptop. I would try to shove my laptop in there, but it's not, it's like in sleep mode in front of me, so there's one of those in here. And that's it, but it's a pretty good size, pretty sturdy. But yeah, I was expecting like a t-shirt or something, not a backpack. And it's like a good quality backpack too. I was impressed. I don't know if they did that at every single event, but I was impressed. I still am impressed. Also, they cut off wristbands. You weren't allowed to keep the wristbands because they only had so many colors, because they were doing a color system. I had blue, as you can tell from my card, but there was like orange and purple and I think a green. And that's basically how, because they only were allowed to let a certain amount of people in at a time. I believe it was like 25, because the Mario Kart ranked mode. And so each wave was like that, so many people. I think it was done really, really well. They were running that thing like a machine. But now I get, because what a thing I wanted to do going into this event was I saw a Japanese creator, I do not remember who it was. They went in and they had two cameras set up essentially. They had a camera facing their face and a camera playing the game, like towards the monitor. I didn't know why they did that, but I thought it was a really good idea and I wanted to try and do it, but I wasn't able to get a cord for my other camera in time. And I was actually gonna go out to buy one. And then I went and checked the venue rules and it said no recording devices, which is why I didn't bring my camera in. Now, I did not see anyone walking around with a camera, I will say that. The only thing close to that I saw is somebody came in with their phone on a really tall tripod. I believe it is actually the same tripod I am currently using, because I bought a tripod that can be kind of small on the table, which is where you are now, or I can have standing to be like my full height if I need to put it on the floor. So that's, I believe it was the same stinking tripod. I saw somebody bring their phone in on that to get around the rule about no recording devices. They did it on a phone because phones were allowed. Those were okay. Impressive. I just have to say that. So if you watch any of my footage in this vlog, the B-roll, you'll notice it's not just the screen. Either my hand is in it, like prominently my hand is in it, or like a person is in it, because that was the rule. I asked one of the staff members what the rule on recording was, because when we were in that first area, they're like, take all the pictures and videos you want. And I was like, okay, so we can't take any photo or video past this curtain. And they're like, no, you can. There just has to be a person in it. It can't just be the screen. And I was like, okay, thank you. So that's why it's just B-roll. It's not actually like gameplay footage, but I understand now why that Japanese creator did that, because then their face was in it. And I think that's really clever. Like I was standing there, I was like, oh my God, that's so clever. That's more clever than the guy with the big tripod. Like, oh my God. Cause yeah, that would count. If you had a face cam, that would count. Impressive. Round of applause. Impressive. But that was the Nintendo event. So that finished up. People were very, very nice. It was really a really good time. I would say the one disappointment was Cyberpunk, but I mean, Cyberpunk, I've been broke too many times by Cyberpunk. I kind of did expect it actually. Like when we were watching the Nintendo, I wanted to call it a special program. When I was watching that, I was like, it's not gonna run properly, bet. And then I saw early things coming out, like, it runs amazingly, which it does run, like it doesn't freeze up or anything, there's no lag. I just don't think it looks as good as the original game. There's like a lot of like lighting things that seem off, and maybe they will fix those by launch because it wasn't like a finished version, but that was Cyberpunk was my biggest disappointment, I do have to say that, unfortunately. Hades too, though. Always amazing. Okay, then I decided to go my little book crawl, but it ended up being a lot more than books. So I'm gonna split my recording while I grab my stuff, and we're gonna do a book haul. Okay, so this isn't gonna be in any order. When I was waiting for my Uber, I bought this tote bag from Spinster Records because it was right where I was waiting. It's a record shop. Isn't this such a vibe? I love it. I love this. I love a good tote bag. It's sturdy. It is a good tote bag. That's a good tote bag. There's one thing about me, I will always buy a tote bag. Okay, then I got to go to my little romance bookstore. It's called Blush. If you're into that sort of stuff and you're in Dallas, go, because it's such a vibe. Of the two bookstores I went to, this is one I have B-roll of because there was more people in the store, so I didn't feel awkward pulling out my phone and like getting like little like sneaky B-roll. Because the other bookstore I went into, I was the only one in there for a while. And it was, So I bought 3 hardcover books because I'm insane. So I have a method to the madness whenever I go into an indie bookstore, right? First, I look for books that I've actively been wanting to read and thinking about nonstop. Then I prioritize new books. Is there anything on the newly released table that I'm feeling it or vibing with? We'll look at that. And then I look for special copies, special prints, whatever, of books, whether it be autographed, has like a different dust jacket, or it's like a box set, or the painted edges, whatever it may be, sprayed edges, I think they're called. So that's the order of operations. Did hit up 2 of the 3. Oh, it would have been 3 of the 3, but there was one book. Oh my God, what was it called? I want to shout it out because I do plan on reading it. because it's literally been on my want to read. I've heard really good things about it, but it was a literal brick. Like, it was probably the same size as Ordinary Monsters over there. So I was like, maybe not today, not today. I want to shout it out because it did recently come out. The game's God's Play. That one is the first line for the Goodreads, and also there's a reason why I didn't buy it, and I'll get to that in a second. But the first line on Goodreads says, Percy Jackson for adults meets the Hunger Games with a slow burn romance. That's all you need to know. I've heard good things about it from like people who got arcs, so I want to read it. But there's a reason why. Oh my god, this bag smells like bookstore. I love that. But there's a reason why I didn't get it, specifically because of the Hunger Games part. And well, I didn't buy Sunrise on the Reaping, okay? I didn't buy it. I plan on buying it, but I haven't read the Battles of Songbirds, whatever. I haven't read that one yet, so I want to get them both together. I plan on reading Sunrise on the Reaping. Don't worry about it. So the first two books in the category of I haven't stopped thinking about this and they need to go together. And this actually, there's a funny story with this one. Because I've talked about before there being a duology I read. And I think I brought it up in a vlog before, but in case you weren't paying attention, there was a duology I read back in January. And I think it was like the January and the tail beginning, or I guess the first very beginning of February, I believe. There was a duology I read where the whole time I was reading the first one, I'm like, this is a 5-star book, I'm obsessed. And then it ended, and I hated the ending so much, I gave it a 3 stars. And I was so pissed. It put me in a reading slump for like a week. I'm not even kidding. And then I get to the second one, and once the part of the ending of the first one that I didn't like got resolved, I gave it 5 stars. And retroactively, I think I should go back and give the first one at least a 4. But that was the first 2 books in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, the extended series. It's like 3 sets of duologies. 3 sets of duologies, so 6 books in total. I forget the names of the first 2, but that was what happened with those. And I've been thinking about it a lot recently, so I bought hold on, I have stickers in here that I need to take out. We'll get to those later. I bought the, I think this is the novella. The one, it's technically 1.5, so this takes place in between, does it? Does it take place in between? I don't know, but this 6 Scorched Roses. I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna buy it. And it's a nice little size. I think there's a ribbon bookmark in here too. It is a hardcover, but it's like a nice hardcover. I've talked about this before. Hardcover books, I like when they have this like matte or like glossy matte finish to them, like much more than like the plain up, straight up glossy ones. I hate the glossy finish. I have a book at home with the glossy finish and I haven't read it yet simply because I don't like the glossy finish. Ooh, look at the pages they're printed. That's so beautiful. Oh my god. Because here's the thing. The first 2 I read on audio, or I guess listened to on audio, so I don't know what they actually look like. I don't own the first 2, but I already read them, so I'm like, oh, I'll get those like limited edition. I'll get those from like a Fairy Loot or a Lumicrate or something, wherever I can find them, if they ever sell them again, because they're not recent. I picked up the first 2 on audio and then finally got to them this year, and I was like, oh, I'm obsessed. Yes, it has a little ribbon bookmark. How cutie. It's kind of stuck in there. Oh, because it's like on 2 different pages. What the heck? It's like wrapped in here. There we go. We got her. There we go. A little ribbon bookmark. I probably shouldn't have done that because now I have to like get it back in there, but that's so cute. I know ribbon bookmarks can be a bit controversial, but I like them because I use like receipts and stuff as bookmarks. Speaking of that, I did buy some bookmarks. We'll get to that later. I want to get this in here properly so I don't, there we go. But yeah, nice little guy. What is this? This is like, how many pages? I don't know how to explain this series if you haven't read it, but it's like vampires, and the first 2 have like a Hunger Games scenario. There seems to be a trend here, have like a Hunger Games type of scenario. It's really good. It's really good if you're into that. Okay, so there's that one, and then I bought the 3rd book, so this is technically a new duology. I think it's following like the friend character from the first book. I can't tell. Is it like a whole new? It is, yeah, it's the friend character and her love interest. So like, the friend in the first book is like really, I forget how to say her name, so I'm not saying it, but I loved her. Oh my god, she's such a gem of a person. This one doesn't have a ribbon bookmark because this is just like normal standard copy. The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. I think I can tell who is who. But yeah, I'm excited to read it. I probably won't start it while I'm here because I gotta finish Ordinary Monsters first. But I got it because I've been thinking about it a lot again recently. There was another series I've been thinking about a lot, but I couldn't find it, so I didn't get it. Next, this you're gonna see, it has the shiny like dust jacket that I hate, but it has sprayed edges, look at that. So I did get it. Also, I was immediately sold on this. They didn't have too many copies of books with sprayed edges, but this one, like, I kind of was opposed to it at first because of the shiny dust jacket, but it had the sprayed edges, and then I looked it up on Goodreads, and I was like, oh, that sounds sick. I look up on Goodreads, you know, I think it was the second review on the page. You know what, it starts with 3 words in all caps, lesbian Hunger Games, and I was sold. That's all I needed. Because I have said before, there's been a lot of books that I have read, and I start, and it's like a straight couple, and I'm like, you know what would make this a lot better? If it was at least a little bit gay. And you know, I was sold on this. This being Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. I'm so excited for this. And I didn't know it was the same author as A Study in Drowning, which is another book I want to read. And oh my god, the sprayed edges. This is one of my first books with sprayed edges. She's beautiful. Look at her. Look at those sprayed edges. They're beautiful. I'm gonna take off the dust jacket. The naked hardback is beautiful. Oh my god. I didn't take the dust jacket off in the store. That's like a genuine reaction you guys just got there. Here, I'm trying to like slide it off and that's not working. Also, it has like nice pages, because this is also, obviously from saying, it also is compared to The Last of Us. So I was immediately sold, because those are The Hunger Games, The Last of Us, those are stories that I know are amazing. And if I can read a subpar story and be like, this would be a lot better if it was gay, take 2 things that are already amazing and make it gay. Well, The Last of Us is already kind of gay, but I'm sold. Look, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then that's the spine on that version. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed now. I was a little bit tentative because this was the only book I'd never heard of this. So this was kind of like a gamble, but it had the sprayed edges. So I was like, why not? Also, I read the lesbian Hunger Games really did the heavy lifting there. Also, I think it's mildly, if not fully, Greek mythology inspired. So I think there's like a Greek mythology element to it. I want to say the main character's name is Melanoe, which, funny, we just talked about Hades too. Melanoe I really loved even before Hades too, so like I was sold on that. Then I got some little odds and ends. They had like a mug with the store's logo on it. Whenever I go to an indie bookstore, I love to get something with a logo on it. So they didn't have any stickers or anything, but they did have their bookmarks. So I got 2. This one says, hopelessly in love with fictional characters, which is kind of a vibe even outside of books. Anyways, y'all seen my amount of child merch? This one is the other one. It says Lost in a Love Story with the logo on the bottom. But these bookmarks were so cute, so I got both of them. Let me show them off with my bad lighting. And then also I got a sticker for my car that says probably on my way to a cozy bookstore. Because I haven't bought a car sticker in a while and I thought this was really cute, so I got it. It's so cute. Okay, that was blush. I'm very excited and might start one of these tonight, even though I need to finish Ordinary Monsters. Speaking of Ordinary Monsters though, I am reading Ordinary Monsters specifically for the Goodreads beginning of half of the year book challenge that ends on April 30th. I'm not going to finish any of the books that I set out to read to add to those challenge numbers before the end of the year. I've done 2 of the 6 challenges accidentally. So next I went to Poet's Bookshop, I think it was. If that's not the name of it, I will put the name on screen. I had such a nice conversation with the girl working there about the Nintendo event. Oh my god. But this was the one I walked in and I was the only one in there when I first walked in, and also the outside smelled very strongly of cigarettes, which I didn't love that, but inside was fine. So I got 2 books here, and these ones are both paperback, don't worry. I didn't get all hardback. And actually, where's my blush bag? Because there's something I got from this store in my blush bag as well. Oh, it's over here. So when I was having my little Nintendo Switch adjacent conversation with the girl working there, I asked if they had anything with a logo on it, obviously for the same reason I did that at Blush. And they had these, Poet's Bookshop, they had these little buttons, just like that. I will try to get it to show up properly. And she just gave it to me. She just gave it to me. So she is wonderful. I didn't even get her name. She was very nice. So I got 2 books from Poets. And first is a sci-fi novel called The Ministry of Time. This one, I think it's kind of like, it has like a Severance vibe in the way that it takes place in like a business. I gotta go to read this one because this book gets weird. But I've heard so many good things about this and I think it's right up my alley. So I saw it and I was like, I don't like this cover as much. I think the UK cover is better, I think. I think it's the UK cover, but it's here and they had it. Ministry of Time by Kaylee and Bradley, I think is it? I think that's her name. The Goodreads description says, a time travel romance, a spy thriller, a workplace comedy, and an ingenious exploration of the nature of power and the potential for love to change it all. In the near future, a civil servant is offered the salary of her dreams and is shortly afterward told what project she'll be working on. I'm gonna read the third sentence. I only do 2, but I'm gonna read the third because we've heard nothing. A recently established government ministry is gathering expats, in quotations, from across history to establish whether time travel is feasible. and she is tasked with working as a bridge for those people. So that's kind of I'm just stealing from the Goodreads, but I'm horrible at describing books. So I need to show this one off. I've heard it's really good, and I think just the type of books I like to read, I'm really gonna like it. So that's the thing about me. I read my silly little romanticities, and then I read stuff like this, and this, like, yeah, this one I don't think could be classified for any of my Goodreads challenges. However, I think this can. Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I am so excited to read it. This is definitely not like, I'm looking up, I'll Goodreads this one too, don't worry. I need to do this book justice. I found out about this book during the last year's Goodreads Awards, and I didn't get to it then, but it was one that I was like, oh, I'm intrigued, because I like the cover a lot, and then also, I can't lie and say I wasn't intrigued by the book at first, because the author's name is Kaveh, and I am obsessed with a Kaveh Genshin Impact. So, hey, sometimes you gotta judge a book by its cover, and it works. I can't type. I can't wait to take these nails off. November 15th, I put this in my want to read, all right? It's been a while. What is this tagged with genre-wise? It's a literary fiction. So this is lit fic. Ooh, it's queer. I didn't know that. I don't know how to read one of the words in this description line, so we're just gonna hope I can read it. But martyr is a pain? I don't know how to read the word. I'll put it on screen maybe. To how we spend our lives seeking a meaning, in which a newly sober, orphaned son of Iranian immigrants, guided by the voices of artists, poets, and kings, embarks on a search that leads him to a terminally ill painter living out her final days in the Brooklyn Museum. I'm so excited to read this. Like, that's the thing, I will read silly little book talk romanticises and then read like deep gut punch whatever, and I have a great time doing it. Like I brought a silly little romantasy with me, and the Ordinary Monsters, which is the brick of a book. The last thing I bought from this store, this is actually not for me, it's for my sister. It's a cow, and it says Dallas, Texas. You can't see it that well, but it's like a fluffy cow, and she loves fluffy cows. So I was like, I'm starting to get together her birthday gift, and I was like, that's going in there. Speaking of that, they had a plant store that I stopped into to try and find something for my mom, but they were all out of flower seeds. I wanted to get her pretty flower seeds because she loves gardening, but not vegetables. So I wanted to get her flower seeds, and I couldn't. And then even like, I asked them, like, hypothetically, if I went into a plant store, what would you want that I can bring home? And she's like, cactus? And I'm like, they're all pre-planted. But I took a picture of the cactuses. So that happened, but I still wanted to get my mom and sister something. So I got 2 stickers from this dog store I walked by. This one is a little dog that looks kind of like her dog in a vest, and it says baddie because both of her dogs are so bad. I would know, I watched them. And then this one is, it says it's a chocolate lab, but it looks, my sister has a brown doggy like this, a big boy. So I was like, I'm gonna get that one for her. And then I got her the cow as well. So I got everyone some stickers. Oh, I had another nail fall off at some point. I had my pinky nail fall off at some point. These nails need to come off. I think that was everything. Let me get my book stack so I can get like a cute little book stack pic. Oh my god. This is so heavy. Okay. My book stack. Come on, all the book girlies do it. As a wannabe book girly, book stack. Yay! It's my book stack. There she is. What an assortment. But yeah, I have no idea how I'm gonna fit all this on the way home, especially because I also have the bag from the Nintendo. I have no idea how this is all coming home with me, but I am so excited with these books. I believe that is it though. So I am going to, I think, head downstairs, buy some food. I wish I didn't have to go buy food because I've spent so much money today, but honestly, I had a great little day. I had a great day. I will say with my full chest, I had a great day. And you know, I haven't had like a really great day in a while. So I think this was a great, we had a good time, right? We had a good time. So I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm going to buy some food. And I'm not gonna fully get into comfy clothes because I do still have to do some reactioning. I have to do my 11 p.m. reactioning, so I can't get fully comfy because I have to, you know, I'll keep the makeup on for that. But I can put on my comfy shorts, I think, and take off these these tights are not coming home with me. By the way, we had a casualty where I was trying to pull them up this morning, and there's a rip in them. So if you look at the inside of my thigh, they are entirely ripped. But no one's looking at the inside of my thigh, mind your business. So I was like, it's too late now, I have to leave soon. But yeah, I'm gonna go get dinner because all I've eaten today is a singular kind bar. I'm not even supposed to have protein bars starting next week, but I was like, it's not next week yet, and this only has 7 grams of protein anyways. It's not even a good protein bar. Where are your protein bars with 20 grams of protein in them? That's what I have. Like when I say like, oh, I have protein bars as a snack, it's 10 or more at least. I'm not even kidding. I have problems with vitamins and protein, all right? I need to get them any way I can. So I'm gonna go buy dinner. I'll show you guys what I have for dinner. But we're probably not gonna have that many more clips from today because I'm pooped and I have some shorts to edit probably. I don't have any other plans for tonight though. That could change, but I don't think they will. And I'm okay with that because I'm gonna read maybe one of my new books. Probably not. I have to finish Ordinary Monsters. This is gonna be a recurring thing until I finish it. All right, what do we got? We got bottled water again. We got pretzels. We got a tiny little ice cream. It's chocolate. 4 Cheez-Its. And that fettuccine Alfredo I was talking about yesterday. That's it. I'm gonna go call my sister back. Packing right now, and it's a really good thing I bought this silly little tote bag because it fits my books perfectly. In the pretzels. This is like kind of a really cursed lighting situation. I probably need to figure this out a little better, but I have like, well now it's less than an hour and a half. I have like an hour and a half left until I'm gonna start doing reaction time for the night and then go to sleep. And I was gonna edit shorts in that time, but it's very quiet in here if you couldn't tell. So, I have to fix one of my nails. I took them off and they're kind of messed up, so I need to fix one of them. That's why I have the nail clipper out. But, what was it? Oh, I went to go turn on my Spotify. It's New Music Friday. I totally forgot. And usually I save New Music Friday to listen to while I'm at work for the day. Because it's like a little treat, new music. And I was gonna do that, just save it for Monday, because God knows I'm not gonna wanna go into work on Monday. But then I looked at what is on this list, and we have some hit contenders, right? We have some hit contenders. First of all, New Sleep Token, probably will be a hit. Looks Greco-Roman inspired, and you know I love that. What else? I mean, there is a new Linkin Park, which Linkin Park is not happening, by the way. No, if I am this pooped today, after doing all day travel tomorrow, absolutely not. Linkin Park is not happening, all right? I'm putting my foot down. What else do we got? To be fair, the Sleep Token kind of is what sold me. I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm listening. G-Dragon in this year of 2025. I'm curious. And then we get down to the part of my release radar that is exclusively new lo-fi releases, which I'm not looking for in my release radar. I listen to a lot of lo-fi, right? But I don't like when it shows up in my release radar, but I feel bad saying like, don't put this in my taste profile, because I think it's funny at the end of the year to see how much lo-fi I actually listen to, because it's always a big number. Okay, it's not that insane. Also, there was only one lo-fi track. That's new. I think Spotify, I have a beef with Spotify right now, right? Because I know for a fact they changed their algorithm for shuffle again, because it's weirdly, it keeps, like it used to be pretty current. It would show like recently released songs, and I know a lot of people had beef with that because I'm not saying they were doing this, but it always felt like they were like taking money to push newer songs to the top or something. I'm not saying this is what's happening, but like Google can be your friend sometimes. Maybe not anymore in this year of 2025. But like for the last like year, 2 years, Spotify Shuffle has just been getting worse and worse. And there was like a day or two, like last month, where it just got so bizarre. And I was like, what is happening? What is my Spotify Shuffle doing? And then there was another day this month where it's like, what is happening? Because I feel like I'm being shown the weirdest assortment of things. Like every couple of months I have to switch up my meta for how I listen to most of my music that I actually want to listen to. Because I have a couple of playlists with like over 2,000 songs in them. I have, how many songs liked? 12,950 exactly. So like me shuffling my liked songs isn't gonna do anything for me. So my recent contender for like, this is where the hits come from, has been the upbeat mix on Spotify. I don't know how it came to that one because it's not upbeat half the time. It's just loud songs in general. There's some really depressing ones that show up in there, but they're loud. They got a good beat. But like a couple, like earlier this week, it just was like it was like recommending me. It was like maybe 5 songs I actually listened to at the start of the playlist. And then everything else was just like, here's what we think you might like. Whether or not you like it is debatable. And half the time I'm like, this is not what I want to listen to on this playlist. Why are you showing me this? So then I went to go shuffle this playlist of 3,428 songs that used to be my go-to before I added too many songs to it. And it was giving me like shuffled songs from like 4 years ago. Like I put it on there 4 years ago. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Because for the last like couple of years, whenever I shuffle a playlist, it first of all, reshuffling it will be like the same songs. Like reshuffle didn't work for a really long time, like the last like year. But it would always be like recent songs, like songs I just recently added to the playlist. Personally, I kind of really like that, because if I go to listen to a playlist with that vibe, I kind of want to listen to the new songs. I kind of want to listen to the new stuff. Sue me. Especially if I went from like my release radar right over to 3,000 song playlist, I was like, yes, I appreciate this. But if I shuffle the 3,000 song playlist right now, it gives me a song from, we go to the album, 2022. And I'm not saying that's bad. But then if I wonder, does reshuffle still work? I'm curious. If I unshuffle and then reshuffle, is it different? I didn't pay close enough attention. I didn't pay close enough attention to see if it's different. But yeah, I have beef with Spotify. I do. And then my upbeat mix that's been my go-to. It's like literally, I'll count how many songs are in my likes. There's 50 songs in this playlist that made by Spotify. The first 13 are ones that I actively have liked, but only like some of these, like there's a couple of in here that I'm like, I don't know why I liked this. And then there's a couple more, but I'm like looking, like there's artists I actively do not like on here and have never listened to, like on my own Spotify, but I've heard their songs elsewhere. So I'm just like, how did you get here? Why are you here? I can't listen to this playlist anymore. And that's really unfortunate because I don't know my new go-to for daily music listenings. I have to shuffle the 3,000 song playlist, which there's a reason I don't use the 3,000 song playlist, and it's because it's a 5-year-old playlist at this point, and I don't like I don't want to listen to half the stuff on it. Even like in that 5 years, my music taste has changed. So it's like, I don't want this. What do we do with this? What are you doing, Spotify? That was my Spotify rant. I had to get that out somewhere because this has been like haunting me all week, quite frankly. So yeah, I almost forgot. I don't have a playlist to listen to, so I am just gonna listen to my release radar. And instead of it being B-roll, because I'm listening to it during work, surprise, I'm gonna give live updates on which songs I think slap. These songs are already a couple of weeks old probably at this point, so you should go check them out. They're old now. They're old news now, but you should go check them out. I should probably pre-save it. When's the Sleep Token album coming out? Because they're doing like a single a week thing. When's the album coming? Hold on. I'm not on the right playlist. Hold on, what's my upbeat mix? Let me just let's just bite the bullet here. Release countdown, there it is. I haven't pre-saved it yet. May 9th. This is probably going up after May 9th, because I know I'm using my surgery as an excuse to get caught up on editing. Anyways, that's it. I'll keep you guys posted. That was terrifying. I don't think it was fireworks or gunshots, but I think a car battery or something just like short-circuited or something, because there was just a bunch of like loud noises. It sounded like fireworks or gunshots, but it also didn't. It sounded like a secret third thing, which I think was like the car engine or something malfunctioning, something. It was terrifying. I did very quickly back away from my window, but we have our first hit, and it started playing while this whole ordeal is going on, so that's great. First hit of the day, Supermodel by Good Boy Daisy. Also hits, the AC unit just kicked on, so that's hitting too. I keep turning this off and having to turn it back on. Oh, I fear this is not what I was expecting. I forgot I was doing this bit, all right? I got to the Sleep Token song. Damocles by Sleep Token. Oh, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. Oh my God. Like I said, I fear I was not expecting this. No, it's so good. I fear it's so good. I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. I don't know if this song has like a drop or anything, but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed in a way that I didn't think I was going to be obsessed. Oh my gosh. Okay, another hit while I wait for this short to export. Here we go, by Flight by Nothing, which I didn't know. Good for them. The last time I looked at their like monthly listeners, it was like 20K tops. And now it's over 100K. When did that happen? Good for them. Here we go, slaps though. I'm putting y'all on that. Okay, this next one's kind of a wild card and I wasn't expecting it to be this good, but the song for Teamfight Tactics, Cyber City Lights, is actually, like, it hits really, really good. I'm kind of obsessed with this too, in a really weird, like I wasn't expecting to be, but Riot Games has got me again. Okay, this is probably the last one for tonight, because I'm gonna reaction time soon, because it's 10, and I usually do this at 11, but I have the Genshin special program, so I want to get that in first, because I need to watch it. I need to. I might just do the trailer though and watch the whole thing when I get back. I just need to watch the trailer, but anyways, which means I might actually finish a short first. That's probably what I'll do. But I was right. Unshatter, Linkin Park, it's good. What do we expect? Unfortunately, I will not be seeing them tomorrow. I don't think I have it in me. Also, like, quick check for StubHub. If I can get a ticket for like 20 bucks, I'll do it. Quick check. I have had a tab open for this for like ages. New tickets have been added. Let's find out. The true test is 1 ticket only. See, yeah, there's like one back of the barrel and behind the stage is 58 before fees, right? Which, like, these were originally high price tickets, so I shouldn't be like this annoying about it, but I might not even be back in time. Because doors, I don't think it's doors. I think the show starts at 7:30, meaning doors would be 6:30. But here's the deal. I don't get back until like 6. And that's when my train's on time. And I have to go back to my apartment, drop off my luggage, because I can't bring the luggage into the Linkin Park concert. I can't bring luggage into Moody. So I think I have to give it up. I think I have to give it up. I think it's a no-go, which is fine, because single tickets are, to buy a single ticket, the lowest price is, I think, double the lowest price of like to buy 2 tickets together. I'm not even kidding. People who only list tickets in a group, you're on my list. Not really, but you are. You ever just hear a song and like the lyrics kind of hit, but not like in a like oh boohoo sad way, but in like a mildly rage-inducing way? This one's like more of a hidden gem. And I've never even heard it. This is the first time like I've heard a song from this artist as well. Throw Myself at the Wall by Kate Cosentino. I'm just gonna leave that one there. Just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna let it sit and we're gonna move on. Ignore the AC unit, but it finally happened. I think I just got AI slop on my release radar. Because there's always been a problem on Spotify of like, it's very easy to add an artist to feature on a song when they're not actually on the song. Like, this has been going on for years. People putting, like, smaller artists that don't really care about the music, just they want to be, like, Spotify famous or something. They'll put in, like, a random artist. Like, I've seen it done with K-pop. I've seen it done with rock. I've seen it done with pop. It's done in every genre. And they'll add just, like, someone random with, like, over 100,000 listeners and call it a day. I've seen this, like, I do mean everyone twice. I've seen it done with twice, multiple times. The K-pop group twice. I brought them up earlier. I've seen it done with them multiple times. It's a very common thing on Spotify that has been going on for years and no one's fixed it. And I think I just got that, but it wasn't an actual real artist. It was like an AI artist and they had a feature on it of like a real artist. Like, put some respect on Miss Cloudy June's name. Like, what are you doing? Anyways, I'm mad about it. Like, they didn't even have a proper Spotify bio. It was like an AI. It was like ChatGPT made them a Spotify bio, and they forgot to remove the like beginning of the response that said like, okay, I'll make you a Spotify profile bio. They just copy pasted the whole thing. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, are you not embarrassed? That's embarrassing. Right after I said that, I got another one with Honey Revenge on it. It's also, this is an assortment. Honey Revenge, Arrows in Action, and is that Lil Huddy? No, different one. No, it is! Is it? I'm losing it. I genuinely think, oh my god. No, it can't be. It can't be. I'm losing it. I'm losing all my marbles, every single one. What are we doing on Spotify?